Okay. All right.
Got
We
it?
we are live. Let me just make sure that I ruin that for everybody. Move this over this way. We are in fact live as it goes. I just need to share my screen with you. I will go live here. All right. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Combat Chain. I'm Patrick Shaw, and I have another top 8 match with you from the Instant Speed Challenge. And today I have a special guest on commentary with me. I have Elaine Hammondtree from the Pitch Perfect podcast. Elaine, how are you doing?
I am good. How are you doing today?
I am. I thought I had everything all set to go, and turns out that was not the case. And so we have recovered. Thanks for coming on and for doing this with me. And I am messaging the competitors right now to go for it. Can you see this? Can you see my screen?
Yep, I can see everything set up. So
Excellent.
good.
So we do
Excited.
have Help Me Jace, Taylor Crawford is going to be on Briar today, and Swellzsong is going to be on Dash Inventor Extraordinaire. Elaine, what do you think about the Dash Briar matchup?
This is a matchup that I've never played this matchup. I've played both Dash and I've played Briar as well, but I've actually never played this matchup. So I'm really curious to see how it goes because I like to go fast with both of these decks. So I'm kind of curious to see if maybe the Briar plays really aggressive or if they're gonna try and fatigue the Dash because this is not a matchup I'm that familiar with, but I'm familiar with both the heroes. So
And we see Briar right off the gate, Bramble Spark, Earth or Surge to create the Lightning Embodiment, and that is it for them. They Arsenal pass. Dash has got the Teklo Pounder out, so we know this is going to start pretty aggressively here. Swell on Dash, and we'll see his turn. He's got the tempo turn and starts out with a T-Bone red, devastating card, especially early on.
throwing the
Yeah, the Snapdragon scalers for the easy block, right? No battle worn, no nothing. So as long as there's one of those hanging around, you can throw something on there. And he follows up with the blue
what is that,
throttle.
throttle?
Yes.
Throttle. Yep.
Oh boy, I rotated everything. Hold on. It does come through, and Help Me Jace down to 31, and Swell ends the turn with a Spark of Genius, and I'm betting that is another. Oh, it's a Teklo Core. I was going to say he's going to go for the Teklo Pounder and really double down here.
Interesting. I mean, Tekla Core is a great one to put out on the field, especially early game. I'm very curious to see what Taylor comes back here with. Last turn, he set up a good turn for himself, and then he ended up taking 9 damage there. So okay, open with an strike.
So E Strike, no non-attack coming. E Strike with the go again, choosing draw a card,
Yep.
leading the turn.
Is a strong start. He's still got that one card in Arsenal, although we don't know what it is.
Swell weighing his options there and does take 5 on the E Strike. Let's see, gets the embodiment of Earth. Let's see what Jace follows up with here. You gotta imagine with the 5 card hand coming in, he really wants to make an impact. He was not able to start the game with tempo. So being able to clap back here and in a race face is one way to do that.
Yeah, that is a. I mean, that hurts Dash. That's a hurtful card against Dash. Dash relies on all of their cards having that mech class. Oh,
Absolutely, and a race if he does not block this any boost, he can still boost and banish the cards, but nothing happens to them because they are not considered mechanologist cards.
Once that go again, oh, so we're getting 2 equipment pieces and a card from hand.
Buying 2 pieces of armor early is big. We'll see how much of an impact that has. Big fan of not using my equipment until the absolute last possible moment.
Yeah, I used to throw my equipment in front of everything, and I quickly lost a few games to not having equipment available at late game. So now I tend to save it also. But these players seem to just be racing right now. We are just swinging at each other with everything we've got. So
You see the high
yeah, high
octane
on.
coming out, which means he's gonna get some action points. Probably see some pistol firing.
They
The
red throttle.
Yep, red throttle for 6. It boosts hits. The Teklo Pounder gives it the +2, so this will be coming in for 8. Go again.
8 is a lot of damage to open. Let's see.
It is an intimidating amount of damage to start out with here. And it's what makes Dash right. Dash doesn't have much for on hits, maybe 2 cards total. So it really is just raw damage coming at them the entire time. And that is a Tome of Findel coming out from the arsenal. So swell drawing 2, gaining 3, back to 38. Did not see that coming. What do you think
I
about?
did not see that coming either.
What do you think of Tome of Findel in Dash?
I don't think I've ever really seen it played in Dash. I don't run it in my list, but that might be kind of spicy. Something to look into. I mean, to get 2 cards off of it.
And we do see Briar did block, so they'll have a 3-card hand, or the 2-card hand and a card in arsenal when their turn starts. Swell looking like he boosted, so he could do something at instant speed. I don't think he's got an action point. Oh, I get it. He boosted because he's got the high octane. That makes
high
all the
octane
sense
out,
in the
yep.
world now. Yeah.
Coming in with the T-bone again. Probably Snapdragons.
Yeah, as long
Plus
as
the card from hand.
that's an interesting. I don't know if I would have taken that. I get at that point maybe he doesn't like his hand and he's just soaking damage. As long as there's that single T-bone out, you can throw that Snapdragons. It's that follow-up T-bone like that.
Like that right there. Yeah.
That's the dangerous one right
Assuming
there.
we get grasp. I wouldn't throw Crown in front of this. I didn't expect Crown thrown because the Briar player. Taylor's already given up his hand, so I don't think there's much filtering that would have been beneficial. But the Dash, ooh, that. But an induction chamber going down. This is a pretty scary board setup right now for Briar because the Dash has 3 items on the field now.
Yeah, the Teklo Core Pounder and Induction Chamber, and
Yep.
he moves Induction Chamber right to that prime spot where that becomes important. Those pistols late are so painful and dangerous.
All right, a Bramble Spark into a Coax.
No fuse on the Bramble Spark, so no +3, but this is going to come in for 1 Arcane and 4. On hit, a bunch of stuff happens.
There is fun for both players to be had. Coax.
I think generally, if I'm an aggressive deck and they fire off Cokes, I let it come through because, or rather, if I'm Briar, I'm okay with firing this off against an aggressive deck. They're not really incentivized to block. The Quicken token doesn't really do much. Letting them draw the card can be a little dangerous, but your addition to the card is also good. If Cokes had Go again, I really wouldn't mind drawing the card for both of us. But in this instance, it does not. So if this does hit, and it does, so it leaks 1 through. It looks like each of them gained a life.
Coke's Commotion is one of those cards. I am a little bit of a daredevil, chaotic player I can be, and you come in with the Coke's Commotion, I'm so tempted to let it hit every time. Like, yeah, this sounds like it could be fun. We're opening up with a pistol.
Yep, we
Using
do
that
get the pistol.
induction chamber to give it go again. And then ice.
Yep, we got a red high-speed impact coming in for, I believe this is for 4.
Yeah, this is the one. I believe if it hits, your next attack gains dominate. Right?
It does. Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
What's your main? What do you play usually?
Right now I'm playing a lot of Briar.
All right.
I didn't start playing until Everfest came out, and I was kind of
Mm-hmm.
uh handed a Starvo deck, I should say. So
Sure.
I was a dirty Starvo player for quite some time until he hit Living Legend. Then I switched over to Briar, and I've been enjoying that much more.
Are you on Belittle Briar or more of the traditional four
I'm more of
attack?
a traditional 4 attack Briar
Mm-hmm.
player. The belittle concept is interesting to me. Something Matthew Folks definitely pushes for and just want to push for with. But I looked at his deck and I'm like, I don't think I know how to play this deck. He's got this crazy homebrew that he knows back and what am I trying to say? Back and forth, trying to.
Oh, he's got it. He really likes to gamble with the high rolls with that deck, flashing in stuff with the creepers, basically relying on that and things like Tome of the Arknight to really get the gas that you might not have to open up, and you really gotta like gambling and know your deck real well in order to make
Yeah.
that work.
We
Uh,
just got an Arsenal and pass from there. Um,
we did Jace selling out on his on defense on that turn, blocking out the high speed impact, blocking out the zipper hit, really just punting that turn, and like you said, just Arsenal pass. Swell can now come back at it. And we see the boost, the zipper hit coming in for 5. I believe it is a red. And there's another block.
yeah, I think Briar's with that opening turn. I was expecting Taylor to go a little bit more aggressive than he's kind of seemed to switch over to the fatigue strategy here, blocking, blocking.
Yeah, I wonder if he meant. I wonder if he thought
Ooh,
about that going in. Yeah, blocking with the channel mount
I was at the
heroic.
channel on heroic.
He must be on full fatigue at this point. I'm wondering if he was ready for that going in or pivoted once he got into the 20s here and decided that he had to make a decision.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know. Oh, got an E strike. I'm
Yep.
assuming he's gonna go to on. Nope, draw. Get that arsenal.
Yeah, drawing card gets that arsenal.
I mean, life totals are healthy here for both players, but Dash definitely has a healthier lead. And the thing about Dash is you can deck out a Dash pretty easily, right? Because they're boosting away half their deck. So,
Yeah, very much. As long as, and what do we have here? There's 28 cards left in the Dash deck. There's 43 in the Briar deck. So it really is just it depends on the configuration at this point. If there's any more items that Dash can put out, if you see another induction chamber, for instance, I think Dash becomes really hard to fatigue at that point.
yeah,
But if this is, what we suspect here as the aggressive build, that might be the only one there, which will make it a little more difficult to survive without burning through all your cards. And we do
oop,
see the pistol for 2 go again, loading up another Steam counter. Still got 3 cards in an arsenal in hand. And there's the Combustible Courier
Yep.
Red coming in. I believe if this hits your next attack, it's +3.
Yep.
And there's the 4 block from the Force of Nature. Blocking with a Force of Nature, blocking with a Channel Mount Heroic.
I mean, that is the Force of Nature, Channel Mount Heroic. That is a dream team right there. So now we're seeing them both gone, which makes me think we're going full fatigue here.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off.
0 to 6.
Yep, we see the 0 to 60 coming in as the follow-up. It is a blue. I believe this comes in for 2.
I would say just easy to go again.
Oh, it did the thing. See the lightning surge blocking. Inefficient, but gets the job done. Arsenal. 29 cards in the dash deck. Something we'll be looking at as we get closer here to the end game. If Briar is in fact trying to fatigue. We do see a Sonata Arcanix in a whiff. That is
A whiff.
3 attacks. A Ravenous Rabble, an Entwined Lightning, and I forget what the other one was. But
Was a Swarming Gloomveil,
yes,
I believe.
it was. Thank you very much. We see the shuffle and the sadness.
Kind of that Hail Mary pass with the Sonata, and oh, wow. I mean, that's something. Here we go. This demands a response. I think Dash is pretty much just taken every hit. All these little hits that Taylor's tried to come back with on his turn, but this one we're gonna get either some equipment, or cards.
Yeah, definitely expect to see some cards in hand. Taking out the Spark of Genius is an interesting one.
Yeah. Wonder.
Makes you wonder what he has else in his hand. And there's the pistol firing off.
Or how many items he has left.
Exactly. And we see the pistol reloaded. Now it seems like Swell is on to the fatigue plan here. So it looks like he's going to be continually pitching to the pistol, leaking through that damage as opposed to really going all out on the boost. And we do see a throttle here coming in for 6. And he's thinking about it, but I don't see a boost. So no boost on the throttle.
That's interesting. I feel like as someone, when I play Dash, I boost every time just to kind of the threat, you know? But at this point, maybe, we got a CMH out. This might be exactly what Taylor needs back in.
And another erase face, this time for 9, getting the buff from Channel Mount Heroic. We see Autumn's Touch in the pitch zone, as well as a Coax of Commotion. I believe, and Tunic resource was used in addition to that to make all those cards work. 9, losing your Mechanologist. So we just saw in the last turn there, Throttle came in for 6. I do believe it affects your Steam counters, but there is an argument to be made here that if it doesn't actually impact you that much, it still might be considered vanilla damage if he's not intending on boosting.
Yeah.
Well, Swell thinking long and hard about what to do with the erase face. Woo! Big block.
The double T-bones out too.
Mechanologist cards, of course, all block for 3 because they're sons of bitches. 3 block cards in an aggressive deck seems good.
Pistol for 2, very. Get some filtering from Crown of Providence. I really enjoy Crown of Providence. You know, when that card came out, I wasn't sure how much I would actually like it in play, but that's when I'm running in my deck and when I really enjoy. Just can really fix your hand sometimes.
Yep, I wholeheartedly agree. It's a great card. So many decks. I run Briar as well, so there's so many situations where that just becomes super relevant, and its utility is endless. And we see the Ravenous Rabble coming in for 4+3, revealing the Bramble Spark off the top. So 7 go again with the channel still out. No Earth cards yet into the pitch zone. He'll need 2 to keep it in play another turn.
Yeah, I mean, even if he comes in with 3 more attacks here, that's I think plus the erase face. It would you always want to see Channel Mount Heroic around another turn, but if he can get as much value out of it this turn.
Yes, that's the beauty of Briar with Channel Mount Heroic is you can be on your back foot all game, but if you can get 3 attacks out with Channel, you're all of a sudden right back in it.
We're pitching a Rune Chant. He might have that second Earth card if he pitched one. Got Snatch here. Whenever 7 hit draw card, I would imagine he snaps this.
I would tend to agree if this hits, you'll likely see a Snapdragons. Oh, excuse me.
And there it is. Dragon, so this
Yep,
attack
gets
go
the draw
again.
card.
Draw card. That's dangerous, letting Briar draw a card with HelpMeJace.
It is. We see Dash now at 19. Briar still got 2 cards in hand with a resource floating. If he's got an attack with Go Again, you're likely going to see that and still have the ability to Rosetta Thorn. Ooh, so we have the Bramble Spark getting the embodiment of lightning, I believe. No, maybe not.
No, I think he's getting that +2 on Rosetta. I can't remember. I don't think he played another
No,
non-attack.
no, I think you're right. Maybe he's just filtering at that point, just getting that out. That Bramble Spark had no effect on that action.
Did he come in with Rosetta Thorn after?
He did come in with Rosetta, but that would have been for 2 and 2. So
Right, so he
Bramble
gets the
Spark turns it on.
right. He turns on Rosetta. I looks like Dash took that. Yeah, we're at 15, I believe.
Yeah. Now the game's all of a sudden a lot closer.
Leaks through a little bit of damage here. Another, get that another tome. Draw 2. His deck must be getting pretty low. Right? There we got Achilles already.
Now it is spicy. So he boosts, which turns on the Achilles Accelerator, gets the Tome of Findel, and then activates or destroys the accelerator to get the action point back. That is a great workaround. And to your point, Elaine, there's 16 cards left in Dash's deck. So the end game is near.
3, 4 turns. We'll see how much he boosts.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's got 4 card draws left.
Yep. He is really taking his time thinking out. I mean,
yeah, he is in the tank. So he does. Briar's at 9. I mean, both of these players are in interesting positions where you could really make an argument one way or another for either Dash to continue to be disciplined with the pistol or to really go all out here and really put Briar on the back foot for good. Briar's kind of in the same spot at 19 life. Dash is still vulnerable to a huge Briar turn, and if he can make that happen, he can really push forward here. But 3 cards in hand. It'll be interesting to see how Briar takes this turn. He's got 30 cards to Dash's 16.
Yeah, and we don't have much equipment block for either player at this point. But that Toma Fiendo, I mean, has I think he's gained what, probably 7, 8 life total.
I
Those two
believe
Toma
so. He did. He gained 3 life on the first one, and I think another 4
were
on
here.
this one.
I mean,
Right, that
that's
is
putting in
pretty
some
good.
work. So we get the block on the pistol coming with a 0 to 60. Got that embodiment up, so still not
Yep,
quite enough.
leaks 1. Combat chain still alive.
Still 3 cards
Yeah,
in hand
and
for
still 3 cards.
Dash.
That pistol,
And
man. I tell you
I
what.
know.
Ooh, and the T-bone. T-bone's full blocked with a grasp and a ravenous. Definitely in fatigue mode right now.
I'll say Taylor's got no cards left to block.
And that is that a magnetic shockwave? Must defend with equipment. So he takes the tunic and still leaks through 3. Gotta
Oof,
be brutal.
that's pretty brutal.
Maybe not
See that?
realistic that that tunic would have generated another resource this game, but I'm sure he would have liked to use that on his own terms.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like at this point in the game, ooh, we still get to fire back with something. I was really expecting to draw a pass. But we got that lightning surge.
Yeah,
Let's go again, but we have, well, nothing else is coming after.
and we get the embodiment. That matters. I
That
tell you what,
matters.
that getting that either 3 or 4 block on your non-attacks can make all the difference in the world this late.
Definite. Pitching a T-bone. That reliable old pistol opens.
And he just takes it, right? That's the problem with it, right? Is that it's almost always correct to just take the pistol damage, and you can only let it leak so much.
Kind of similar to the Kadachi, right? Once you're in Kadachi lock, because you
Hmm.
take the 1-and-1 all game, and then eventually that it comes down to where you got to block. It never really feels worth it until you're dying. But
Absolutely, and then all of a sudden they can attack more times than you have cards, and it's like, damn it. I think Swell is in the tank about what to do next here.
wondering if Taylor has any no blocks. I don't think we've seen a Gorgtome. I'm not sure if he's running it for this matchup. But that would be a no block. We've seen 2 CMHs already, so there's a possibility there's
Oof.
another CMH that could be it.
So we see
No.
a throttle boosted. That's coming in for 6 with the go again. And the Autumn's Touch with the Nimbleism is a full 6 block. And then the
Ooh,
pistol for 2.
taking it again. I wonder if he can come back with something here, because he took the pistol twice, going to 1.
He did. And he's got 2 cards in hand.
Yeah.
And that's a lightning surge. Uh,
Uh,
Even if that is a lightning press on top of it or something, I don't think that's worth it. Though maybe the lightning
right.
press would have is one of the factors there, not putting all his cards in front.
Right. That would be a no black possibility. But I mean, 1 to 15 life.
Yeah, I think Swell is the only reason you would block here is to just keep your just there, and there's the
There's
lightning
the
press.
price. Yep.
Still not worth it in my opinion. I think I would have eaten all of this. I don't see any. He is at 1. He's got the pistol. loaded up. He would have had a 5-card hand. I don't know what he's got in Arsenal, but this should be pretty close to the end game here.
Got it. 9, probably 8, 9 cards left in his deck.
Yes, he has 9 cards left.
9 cards left. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have the press, you can't block with press. But I probably would have blocked one of those pistols and just arsenaled the press to get that no block out of there. Hang in there for a few more turns. We'll see. Problem is here at the dash needs to boost, kind of go wide, put a little more pressure, try and leak through 1 damage. He's really burning through his deck really fast. Open up that pistol.
Yeah, and we see one of the ways to mitigate burning through that deck, pitching to load the pistol, firing for 2, activating the induction chamber to give it go again, loading the pistol up again.
That's kind of an interesting block to me because he has that embodiment of Earth Up. Okay, nice. So blocking with a non-attack action there. Got some 3 blocks already in there. Swarming.
We see the 3 block. Woo.
We do have 2 boosts here. So we're down to.
And there's the full block hand. We're really running to it. It really depends on how much firepower Dash still has in the deck to see if they can get over the top. They do have to spend a card to load up the counters. But Briar might be able to edge this out here on fatigue. Dash has 4 cards left in hand.
Dash has been pitching. Okay, we still got a tome he just pitched.
There's the double block on the combustible courier.
Assuming we're just playing with a lot of blues at this point for this Dash player who's been pitching consistently.
He has, right? And I think that's exactly where he wants to be.
Yeah.
Right? Getting them into the pistol-based Kadachi lock. And there's a boost. Oh. No cards, 1 damage. And that should be the game. The blue T-Bone finishing off the game. Swellzsong moving on to the top 4, defeating HelpMeJace, Taylor Crawford on Briar. Elaine, give me your thoughts on the match.
I really enjoyed that matchup. I think both players played a really good game. The life total Dash, Swell, he had a healthy life lead with those spicy tome of Fiendels throughout the whole game. Like we said, he probably gained like 8 life total, which is a lot of life to gain from 2 cards. But I think both players played really well. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed both of these decks. So that was a fun game.
Excellent. No, that wasn't too bad, was it?
No. Great.
Excellent. Thanks for coming on. I had some technical difficulties there, and I am also under the weather. I got hit with the COVID. So
oh no.
My voice is a little off, just all over the place this morning. But thank you for coming on to the Combat Chain. Thank you to Instant Speed Podcast and Flake for allowing me to do this. And Elaine, why don't you plug your stuff before we sign off here?
So I am Elaine. You can find me at eHammondry on Twitter. I am also one half of the Pitch Perfect podcast with Melody Likes in Z Fashion on Twitter. But yeah, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, Pitch Perfect Podcast.
Awesome. I love it, by the way. I listen to it all the time. You guys are having Matt Rogers on soon? Is that?
Yes, we recorded with him. That's what I'm doing after I get off of this call. I'm going to put all the little finishing touches on that episode and get that out.
Awesome. Looking forward to listening to it. Thanks again, Elaine. Appreciate it. And until next time, everybody, we're closing the combat chain. Boom.